Is that not gorgeous? Hey y'all, this is Zachary. Welcome to Burningitdowncooking Country Kitchen. Today we're going to get after homemade chili. Turn of the season, gotta have chili. So let's get after these ingredients. Alright, we have all of our seasonings. We have our smoked paprika, cumin. See, we have cayenne pepper, basil, chili powder, garlic powder, seasoning salt. Over here we have our Worcestershire, however you want to pronounce it, up to you. Cracked black pepper. I wanted a green one. Believe it or not, I could not find one. I was not going to another store. So we have 2 bell peppers. It calls for celery. No. Nope. So I got 2 Anaheim peppers instead, or chilies instead. I got an onion, whole thing of garlic. We got our bacon and our hamburger, and that will get us started. All right, let's do this. All right, so I got my pan warming up. I want to cook bacon before I do anything else. But while that's warming up, we can go ahead and get our seasonings put together. And that will go like this. It will be 4 tablespoons of chili powder. And those are pretty clumpy. Okay. And then 1 tablespoon of basil. One tablespoon of oregano. I usually just use the packet from the store, but what fun is that on a show, right? Oh, sugar. I do need a tablespoon of sugar. Go. Can't forget about the sugar. And then go to a teaspoon here. Let's see. 2 teaspoons of cumin. This thing's getting nice and hot. I'm going to back it off a little bit. Okay. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. 1 tablespoon of the seasoning salt. It calls for Lowry's. I don't really think that matters that much. I don't think it matters all that much, although Lowry's is good. Let's see, we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. That should not make it hot, just a little bit of flavor. Three teaspoons of garlic powder. Oop. All right. And then some cracked pepper. Okay, we're just going to give that a good mix. Make sure all the clumps are broken up if you have any clumps. Smells good. So I got this up to a temp. It's good and hot. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick. We'll get on this bacon, because we're going to want to cook the vegetables and everything else in that bacon grease. You're not going to want to get it too crispy, but just enough, you know what I mean? Because it's still going to cook in the chili. You don't want it really tough, but you definitely want it cooked. Definitely want it cooked. Man, you gotta love cast iron. Alright, so this is pretty much what we're looking for right here. That is the perfect consistency. So take it off and lay it on the paper towel and get the other ones to look like that one. This one here is getting close. We're gonna go ahead and let this do its thing, and let's get over there and brown some hamburgers. All right, let's go ahead and cook this meat up. Calls for 2 pounds. I have this extra laying here, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that with it. And this is probably a little more than 2 pounds. In the tube right here. Let's get that smashed up. Nice. Tell you what, this is a handy tool. Alright, let that do its thing. So we're just going to keep after it. Keep turning it, breaking it up. Yeah, how much you break it up is up to you. It's on how much you want, how big of pieces you want in your chili. I want some good pieces in there, so I'm not going to break it up completely, but definitely a little bit. Now we got this about done. We're going to have to drain this, all this extra fluid out of here, grease and garbage that we don't want in there. So I'll do that and be right back. I'm just going to turn this down onto a simmer and put a little beef broth in there. And we'll let that cook down. It's just going to help add flavor. So this only calls for 1 can of beef broth, but you're supposed to put it in the crock pot. So I'm using 2 cans. I'm using one for this and then the other one for the crock pot. And then I have some seasoning I put in here as well. This is just a mix of seasoning I threw together for like taco seasoning. Cumin, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, that kind of thing. I'm not going to do a lot. I just want to add a little bit of flavor to it. Get that stirred around. And we'll just let it hang out in here for a little while on simmer while we get our veggies ready. That bacon just finished up. That is nice and done. Letting that cool off as we speak. That smells so good. Let's cut these onions. I want fairly bigger slices, but I'm also cutting at an angle. You know, we chuck that every chance we get. This does require 1 whole onion. I might use more. We'll see. That's kind of where we want it on these. We want these nice and long. Get this turned back on. Because we're cooking these in that bacon grease. That will be good. Broken up a little here. Into the bowl. Next, we'll go ahead and do our bell peppers. getting going. And this is hot oil, so be careful. Looks so fresh, don't it? Man. So we're just looking to soften them up. Oh, where you going, buddy? You ain't going nowhere. Alright, so these are nice and soft, ready to come off. Perfect. And they're going to soften up even more because we're slow cooking this in the crock pot for like 6 hours today. So I'm getting an early start on it. Alright, and just like the bell peppers, I'm just going to cut them up in pieces. All right, dump some of that grease out of there. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get in these Anaheim chilies. Let these soften for a little while, and then we'll spread it out. Throw some garlic in there. This is gonna be some good chili, y'all. Good chili. Just looking to get them soft. You know, if you don't char the outside of these Anaheims, they don't tend to get soft. They'll stay a little crunchy. But I'm curious to see how that holds up, how the crunch holds up to it in the crock pot for 6 hours. Well, we got those softened up. Let's go ahead and chop up this bacon. So we're gonna start putting stuff in the pot here pretty soon. And you just cut it to whatever size you want it. I would say a rough chop, because you want bacon to be prominent. Like when you take a bite, you want to know, yep, that's bacon. Then maybe like that. And then got the crock pot here. Go ahead and start throwing stuff in it. Now, in case y'all are wondering, I wash and sanitize this board. I use one side of it for meat and the other side of it for vegetables. It's just easier to throw the junk away, like the seeds and all that, if I use this instead of the big one. Alright. Nice. Remove that. Go ahead and do the old stir. Those are looking good. They're smelling amazing. They are smelling simply amazing. Now we got that hamburger that's been sitting and simmering in the beef broth. Most of that broth has evaporated, so it's really not going to affect, you know, what the recipe calls for. I just think it adds a little extra flavor. Okay, I think it adds a lot of extra flavor. Not a lot. Not a little bit, but a lot. Alright, that's a bad accent. I'll try not to do that again for y'all. Go ahead and stir these. Off camera, here. Multitasking, y'all. Multitasking. Those are looking good. Before long, we'll be throwing garlic in there. Alright, back to the show. Yeah, just make sure you put your circle in there. Squeeze them off. Do the old scraping sound, how about that? 3. It's all going into the pot, so there's going to be a lot of stuff, so don't think this is going to be too garlicky. This is 4. There's 2 in this one. 6. And do a couple more. We'll do 8. Then I got a couple set off to the side. I'm just going to do a rough chop and throw those in the actual crock pot without even cooking them in here. They'll soften up nicely. All right, we've got our meat in there. Go ahead and get our vegetables in there. Most of them anyways. All right, we got tomato paste. We're gonna throw in there. This one's Rotel mild. You want 2 things of diced tomatoes, but I wanted a little flavor with it, so the green chilies. You're gonna do it sauce and all. Not gonna drain it or nothing. There's our 2 cans. 2 cans of beans. I went with kidney. I don't really care for the other ones that much. Alright. Tell you what, that garlic and Anaheim is ready to join the party. Go ahead and do that. Man, that garlic smells so good. See there? Couldn't get this a little stirred. It's pretty full. We're not done putting stuff in it. We got the bacon in there. Man. And we'll be doing a few episodes of stuff to do with the chili. So we will put it to use. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and add some beef broth. This is what was left out of that can, which is only about a quarter can. Get that stirred around. Man, it's gonna be so good. And what we're gonna do is we'll save a little bit in the can, or as much as is left over in the can, and we'll check it every so many hours. If it needs a little more fluid, we'll throw some more in, but it shouldn't. Okay, that should be really good. Look at that, y'all. We ain't even started cooking yet. We ain't even started. Okay, we got our seasonings. Well, let's do a tablespoon of Worcestershire right quick. About that. And then get our seasonings. Get that all stirred in. I put it in little by little and stir it in. Man, you should smell this. Don't forget, everything here is cooked. I mean, you could technically just start eating on it, but why would you do that? This needs time to build the flavor profile. Right. All the seasonings. Plus, don't forget we soaked it in beef broth for a while and put some taco seasoning I made on the meat to give it that extra flavor. Man, that looks so good. So the last little thing I'm going to do is kind of rough chop this garlic up. You don't want too big of pieces. It's going to cook. It's going to be in there for 6 hours. But we are about halfway through. I want to go ahead and do a little taste test, and I made up some more seasoning like I did at the beginning, just in case. So look at this though. It is looking really good. Really good. Try to get a bite that's got a lot in it. Let it cool off because I am not getting burned up. It's nice and hot. Looks good. Yeah, it is good, but it does need some more seasoning. So let's get after that. All right, y'all, this is pretty much done. I'm gonna start taking some of it out so I can add some jalapenos. But look at this. Look at that beautiful chili. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm really excited about this. Nice and warmed up and ready to go. Should have bought 2 more. Really. Alright, these jalapenos are done. Nice and soft, ready to go in. Just gonna spread them around a little bit. Nice. I'm excited about that. Alright. We'll let that live in there for a little bit. Look at that. It just perks it right up, doesn't it? All that green. Alright, y'all, we're about done. Do me a favor. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you think. Cook it. Tell me what you think. Always feel free to take pictures and send them in and let me know. Now that that's over with, let's get after the taste test. Get some of this nice chili with the jalapenos in it. Bacon, all the peppers. Oh man, that is so good. This little chili cup here. Go ahead and top it with some cheese. After all, why not? Right? And we'll sprinkle a little parsley on there just for color. There we go. Man, that is beautiful. Come take a look. Is that not gorgeous? Get some sour cream, some cheese, and some chili in there, all in one bite. Oh man. Man, that is so, look. I seasoned the meat. I soaked it in broth. on a low simmer. The onions, the Anaheim peppers instead of the celery, which you can do celery, that's fine. But this was so good. Halfway through, I doubled the seasonings. I'm so glad I did. It was one of the best choices I made. Man, this is very hot, so I'm trying to be careful about that, but we'll let it cook for about 5.5, 6 hours. It's even a little sweet because of the sugar. So I got the heat, a little bit of heat from the jalapeno, not a lot, just a little, and the Anaheim pepper, and then the sweet from the sugar. It's really good, y'all. Really good. All right, last bite. Make sure I got a good piece of bacon in there. It's a fatty too. I gotta stop. I got another video to make. All right, y'all. That'll do it. I hope you enjoyed this how to make homemade chili episode. It is really good. You could do it quickly. I just like to slow cook it. I think it works better. The flavors just combine so much better. Man, it is really good, y'all. All right, I'm gonna get after this and then get on with the next. So, cook something, cook anything, cook homemade chili. Why not? You're home anyways. Why not just throw it all together in the morning and let it sit all day, and y'all enjoy it for dinner, and plenty of leftovers, right? All right, y'all. Till next time.